Hello, YouTube. That stuff on my... See, that's what happens when you have kids. Anyway, been forever, as it always has been. But I can tell you guys exactly why it's been so long since I've made another video. Don't mind my ceiling. I'm in the basement. So here's the thing. Just got through moving probably a month ago. Finally got settled in and whatnot for the most part. So I hadn't had a chance to actually post anything. The video that I had actually started on, I didn't get a chance to actually edit because it went to my cloud drive on my iPhone, and for some reason it wouldn't load. So I didn't kind of like the finished product of that anyway. So I'm going to just do it now. So I'm doing a book haul of spiritual books that I had gotten into right when I started to get into my spirituality and whatnot. So some of these books were actually suggested to me from a guy that I actually follow. You should check him out. His name is Fashuda Das. Very good guy. Love his videos. He's actually one of the first people I started to watch when I started on this spiritual journey. So the first book that I actually read when I got into like meditation and things of that nature was Ram Dass, Be Here Now. This book is like freaking amazing, man. So it's about a guy that actually got into, he was doing psychedelics during like the 60s or 70s. And he ended up going on a trip to India, I believe. When he went there, he actually journeyed into meditation and whatnot and found that it was better than the psychedelics. It is such an interesting read. They have a lot of things in here that make you think. And then the layout of it is just beautiful. Like, I love it. And I had actually gotten this book. That was the first book I actually read when I started to get into it. That really got me started. Other books that I had checked out when I was actually on this journey. Of course, we're going into like the Bible. One of the things that is amazing to read, because they've taken out so many things out of the Bible, is the Lost Books. I don't know if you can see that. The Lost Books of Eden. And that book actually goes into the book of Enoch. Is there anything specific? I can't go into every name that's on there, but it's a lot of different books in here. And it actually speaks more about when Adam and Eve were... Is this the right one? Yeah, I'm talking about the right book. It speaks more about when Adam and Eve were actually kicked out of Eden. And it speaks so much more how Adam had like killed himself like 3 or 4 times. He didn't understand flesh. So it's very interesting to just see the things that they took out that they didn't want us to know about, because I just feel like it gives so much more understanding to a lot of things. Another book that I actually finished reading once I moved in here, after the case that it was a lot more peaceful to actually read in here due to it being no spirits and whatnot. I made sure I prayed over the house and whatnot, which I want to do a video on that too, was Heaven is for Real by Todd Burpo. I do apologize for it being backwards. I don't know if I can flip it. But one reason that book is really interesting to me, now I will admit I didn't really like the voice it was written in, if that makes any sense. But the whole reason I had read it, for one, I had been wanting to read it way before I gotten into like meditation and stuff. But in all honesty, they don't refer to it in here because it's like based upon Christianity. But this is a book about astral projection. That's literally all it is. And that's why it's so interesting. If you don't know what astral projection is, it's something really amazing to look into. I'm not going to go get too deep into it now. While I'm speaking about astral projection and whatnot, this book. So I haven't really dug into this one. I've only gotten a few pages in, but it's called Journeys Out of the Body. Now, the whole reason this is so interesting, this is all about astral projection, a guy that actually was astral projecting, and he wrote down his experiences. There's actually 3 different books to this one. From what I heard, you don't have to read it in order, but it's something that I had studied, or I am studying, in order to learn more about astral projection. I myself have astral projected by mistake, not on purpose. And it's happened to me since I was a kid, whether it was that I was still within my body and it was like I was, what do they call it, in the box. I know that's what they call it during like surgery and whatnot, but it's basically when your spirit leaves your body and you're actually able to travel. And it's really interesting. Actually, the guy that I just referred to, Vashona Doss, he talked about how when he first experienced astral projection, he was an atheist at first until he experienced this. And it's just really interesting to look into the different things that you can do. You can actually astral project, and you have a friend that astral projects, and then you can meet within that realm, you know, really interesting stuff. And the last book I'm going to tell you about that I have really, like, I haven't read all of it. I think I'm halfway through. Guys. This is an amazing book. Autobiography of a Yogi. So the whole reason I find this book so interesting, and what really got me into this, I had seen the book, but I didn't get it at first. I had bought another book by him, Paramhansa Yogananda. Excuse my pronunciation, I know I'm saying it wrong, but there was another book I bought, and it was called like Metaphysical Meditations, and I was actually reading into it because I thought it was going to teach me more meditation techniques, but really it was more so of like things to think about during your meditation and stuff. And one of the most amazing things that I read inside of that book was the fact that the Holy Spirit resonates in the same vibration as Om. People who are familiar with meditation do know that people say Om. That's actually the same vibration as the Holy Spirit. And when I read that, I thought that was like super freaking interesting. And I was like, I need to read more. So I bought his book, and it talks about how he discovered his spirituality in a sense, what he went through. And one thing that I really adore about this book is the fact that he was doing meditation, chakras, all these different things, and he believed in Jesus Christ. And I had never heard of anything like that before. Freaking amazing, I'm telling you. And I haven't even finished the book yet, but oh my God, so far I've read so much. The miracles that he talked about, things like this was so interesting that if anything, if you grab any of these books, I would definitely suggest that you get Autobiography of a Yogi, or you get Ram Dass, Be Here Now. It's such an interesting read, I'm telling you. And one book that I recently got that I haven't dug into yet that I think would be interesting is Auras and Chakras. And they actually talk about a lot more having to do with that. I've been trying to get more into it, given the fact that I've been experiencing a lot of different things having to do with chakras and things like that. But I'm trying my best to actually keep these videos short. So please subscribe, like, share the video if you can, and please continue to watch the videos. I'm like so thankful that people have been watching it. I saw the one about the ringing ears has been like viewed within the last 30 days, and I did that a couple months ago. Thank you to any new subscribers, and I will talk to you guys later.